Counter-Strike is a game of incomplete information. When reviewing gameplay and thinking about issues that you and your friends might want to solve, you're given all of the information you want inside of the demo viewer. So before I Am Cologne finished, Austin posted this video analyzing one of Spirit's round losses against Na'Vi in the semifinals on their map pick of Nuke. Regardless of what this random in his replies is saying, I'm going to show you why Austin was wrong in this video about this whole round being a misplay from the POV of both teams, and why this round is an unbelievable showcase of the inner round things that happen in Tier 1 games. If you're looking for a safe and secure way to cash out your skins, head on over to Sell Your Skins. Sell Your Skins has over 180,000 users who have used the site already. All you have to do is select the Sell tab, select your skins, and use my promo code BIRD for a free 5% bonus on all of your skins. You can get paid out to all of the methods that you see on screen. No shady cash traders or middlemen required, just a few clicks and you get the value for your skins with no hassle. Head on over to Sell Your Skins and use my code BIRD for a free 5% on all of your skins. Thank you to Sell Your Skins for sponsoring today's video. First, here's some context. Austin's view is that Team Spirit has a horrible T side on Nuke, and that it's being completely misplayed, and this is his example.
This is a semblance, like it's a very vague, like, you know, it's like you can smell, you know, the food. It smells like a nice, you know, I don't know, a nice steak. But then when you take a bite of it, it's not, you know, that's kind of the round here.
For one, this is a round where Team Spirit is coming in with 3 saved guns, and 2 players are forcing down to near 0. Chopper chooses to call for a gamble tactic, where the big picture relies on either getting an early lucky kill that the CTs just give up, which negates any tactic that you're going to call regardless, or by using a specific tactic that's really random to gain an advantage where there wasn't one. So the tactic is as follows. Zway fakes a fast A play through door by nading the door and throwing util that you'd see on an A rush. This is clearly a fake since Alexi B is in sight and sees nobody in HUD. On top of that, no flashes are coming through the roof, so there's no overreaction by Na'Vi. Spirit also throw this default smoke on top main to give cover to drop into top mini, with Donk and Shiro playing outside in Zontic's ramp. The top main smoke is also a common default smoke, which may serve to bait the CTs into thinking that the A rush is the real round tactic to try to cause an overreaction. After the A rush is then seen to be a fake, Spirit Molotov's secret to clear anyone who could have been playing tucked at the start of the round. Makaze threw the glaive smoke, which would have allowed a Na'Vi player to be in secret early, so of course they're going to clear it. Then Donk throws a deep flash outside for Chopper to drop into Unbreakable to get close to hell. You'll notice that Emma spots Chopper falling, prompting the CTs to shift their focus to this player. Chopper immediately shoots the hell window as he's running here to give him some room to run around with, which puts extra pressure on the players to focus on his position. He runs up close, and since no one has fought him from CT yet, it's most likely that Makaze is playing in the common spot of back big garage, which he gets the info on right here. You can see that Donk stays outside because of this, since he almost has a guaranteed kill on Makaze. Once Makaze eventually moves from this big garage position later into the round, there's a lot of timings that Donk can accidentally find to kill him while he's in the open, because Makaze is going to eventually move from this position based on where the information of the round takes the team. Now we can see why this round is so well played from Spirit and why it's premeditated. As Chopper does this, he knows the locations of Wonderful in Hell and Makaze in Garage. This means that it's extremely likely that there's only a single player at ramp, because Wonderful would have been holding ramp with Bit at this time if he wasn't fighting Chopper. This prompts Zontic and Zwei to activate at ramp, where you can see Zontic's looking for the solo ramp player and clearing every single angle. They get a perfect lurk timing since Bit chose to leave and help Wonderful, but he comes back to ramp after he realizes that the presence outside isn't as pressing as it was first made to seem. Zontic barely misses the kill onto Bit, and if he got this kill, I bet we wouldn't even be watching this round again. The CTs would probably most likely shift around into Donk or into Shiro back lobby. And by the way, Shiro is not, quote,
Shiro is lurking lobby with a fucking op.
Shiro begins running on the ramp contact from Zontix, but he hears Emma break the vent and drop, meaning that his footsteps are most definitely heard in that moment. So there's probably somebody worrying about Shiro on the CT side. He holds the vent rotation from the door that got blown open, since there's a possibility that this player walks up the vent and dies to him holding this really annoying angle. It's also possible that the other A player was already close to the vent and was going to go down with Emma, or he's already in hut holding lobby. So running lobby is just a massive risk, so he chooses to sit. Chopper miraculously is able to dodge all these players after he gets mollied and makes it down to group ramp. As they're running to B, Donk has an uncharacteristic whiff, and they're forced to end B since there's little time at this point. Zwei does the right thing with the only Molotov, and he clears the back angle of door, but Emma plays a great angle and he lives. He ends up dying to Shiro's op, and they're left in a 2v3 retake, which is clutched all the way down to a 1v1 where Shiro misses his smoke spam and Wonderful barely makes it out with low time to win the round. Now back to Austin's clan.
So what's their win condition? This is literally the epitome of don't go kill, and if it doesn't work, they're not gonna win. They can't win.
Wait a second, Donk barely had any impact in this round other than flashing outside, and they only lost the round to an unlucky smoke spam. What is this claim?
We now have the tremendous everything on the map, but nothing, okay?
Austin, I don't want to be mean, but after you egoed my LFT post from 2023 when I had multiple seasons of advanced playoffs, the gloves are off, bro. This is the wrong analysis of how rounds are played just in general. The way that this round is being flamed reminds me of every CS team in NA that I'd ever played on, where the round is essentially split into 3 phases mentally by an inexperienced IGL and the team. 1, the early round where everything is by the book and it's just set to a default name, and you just choose it whatever you want. The mid round where no one has any clue on what we do and we just make it up on the fly, and that's where you determine if somebody's a good or a bad player. And then the third stage is you hope that the late round just wins itself, versus how tier 1 players play, where the early round is premeditated into the mid round, which is also premeditated, into a backup plan that is also thought of before the round begins. And if there are any changes to be made on the fly, you do them then. And then you choose to save or play the after plan in very predictable positions that are almost unlosable for most tier 1 teams if you have an advantage. Then it's implied in this speech that this was all a complete accident that this round occurred. But as you can see, it clearly wasn't. If you want to criticize one bad decision or a pattern of bad decision making by multiple players together, that's fine. Making it seem like this round isn't completely planned from almost all angles is just criminal behavior. As the sole member of the Supreme Court of Round Analysis and Donk Glazing, I sentence you to 6 months of pug probation, 100 demos, and 50 hours of Valve Team Deathmatch.